Hey, baby, don't you wanna go? I said, hey, hey, baby, don't you wanna go back to the land of California, my sweet home Chicago? Now what I want is two, baby, 2 and 2 is 4. I'm heavy loaded, baby, but I gotta go. I'm singing, hey, hey, baby, don't you wanna go back to the land of California, my sweet home Chicago? I'm gonna play some now. Now 2 and 2 is 4, baby, 4 and 2 is 6. You're gonna keep monkeying around here, friend boy. You're gonna get your business all in a fix. I'm singing. Hey guys, great to see you. Joe here. Welcome to another lesson, and thank you very much indeed for joining me. So there you had my rendition of a Robert Johnson song called Sweet Home Chicago. Now this is not the first time I've covered this song. I've already done a more intermediate to advanced version of the song using fingers on the right hand as opposed to a plectrum. But given that it was such a popular video, I wanted to come up with a version for the beginner using a plectrum. So although it's a little bit more simplified, you still get a little bit of that Robert Johnson feel to the song. So let me zoom on in and start explaining it to you. Okay, so first things first, let's take a look at the intro to the song. Now what I'd like you to do is to place your ring finger on the first string of the 4th fret and your middle finger on the 3rd string of the same fret, the 4th fret. Now it's nice if you can slide into that 4th position, but not totally necessary. So you can just start out there, okay, if you struggle to go. And what we're trying to do with the right hand is concentrate on this 3rd string and the 1st. Now if you hit the 2nd, that's fine, okay? So like I say, if you can slide in from the 2nd and go. Now irrespective of how we play that, the positions are the same. So like I say, if you're on the 1st and the 3rd strings of the 4th fret, all that's happening is that it's going down 1 fret at a time. So you're going from the 4th, 3rd, 2nd, and to finish off with, we're putting our index finger on the 3rd string of the 1st fret, like so. Okay, so that's or. So you can really play that how you want to, and I would really just urge you to experiment with that. Like I say, you can try and aim for hitting the 1st and the 3rd string, or you can just have a little bit of a strum through it, like a, however you prefer. And that is the intro. So now let me show you the main chords used for the song, and there are only 3 of them. So rather than playing an E in a traditional shape like this, when we're playing blues it makes a lot more sense to use this shape. And even though it looks like I'm pressing all those strings down on the 2nd fret, I'm actually only pressing the 5th and the 4th strings, because when we're playing this E chord, we're only hitting the 6th and the 5th. Occasionally we might hit the fourth, but we're certainly not going below that. So that's our first position, and that is how we're going to play our E. Now, if we just move that down one string, so now rather than pressing down on the fourth and fifth strings, we're pressing down on the third and fourth strings. And we're going to be playing just the fifth and the fourth. Okay, this is now our A position, which if you think about it, looks very similar to an A, standard A, open A chord. But like I say, it's important to note that I'm only pressing on the third and fourth strings. And then our other chord is a B7 chord, which is this chord. And to play that, we just put our index finger on the fourth string of the first fret, and then on the next fret, the second fret, we play the fifth string, the third string, and the first string. And that's a little bit of a squeeze. And we have our B7 chord. So they're the three chords that we need to play the song. So once we've come out of our intro, we need to come into our B7 chord, and now we will go into our E chord. Okay, now what we're going to be doing when we play the E chord is placing our ring finger on the fourth fret of the fifth string, like so. Yeah? Okay, and to make this whole thing a lot simpler for us, we need to count, and we count 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. And you'll find when you do that, it helps you play the rhythm, because you know when this ring finger should be coming on and off. Okay, so like I say, we have the E chord, and we're playing 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Or you could say off and on and off and on and off and on. Okay, so that's another way you can think of it. But either way, it's very important for you to count, because it will really help you. So that's the little shuffle that we're looking to play in the E position. Off and on and off and on. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. So if you think of it, on the 1 we're off, 1 and 2 we're on, 3 and 4. Okay, so 2 and 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. So you can think of it like that. Now when we go to our A chord, it's slightly different, because we're going to try and play along this fifth fret as well of the fourth string. So what we're looking to do when we play this A chord is we're just going to play the fifth string and the fourth string. Okay? So we're now looking to go 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, 1, 3 and 4. So you can see now I'm sliding up to that fifth fret. We weren't doing that on the E, obviously. So this is something that is exclusive to the A position. So we have 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. And then we'll be back to the E. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, 2 and 3 and 4. Then we will go to our B7 position. 2, 3, 4. And to just keep that simple, what you can do when you get to the B position, just to start out, is to just go 1, 2, 3, 4. So you're playing 4 beats on that B7, all of them downstrokes. And then what we want to play is okay, so all that is the 7th fret first string and the 8th fret second string. Now, of course, we need to be careful with the right hand, because we only want to hit those bottom 2 strings, and that can be quite a challenge. Okay, so we're looking to slightly bend, not big crazy bend there, we're just 1 and 2 and 3, and then an open E, there. So you've got, and all we're doing here is we're playing the second string, second fret, play it and pluck off, and then another open E. So we have, and then we just do what we did with the intro. Okay? And that brings us back round to another verse. Okay, now another important point to bear in mind with this song is that the first verse is different to the subsequent verses. Okay? So what I'd like to do now is talk you through the different lengths that we need to play these chords in order for it to all fit together. Now, if you find this a little bit hard to follow, I have done a chord arrangement over on my Patreon page, which you can check out, which will just show you what chords you should be playing at any given moment, as it were. But that's what I'm going to try and show you now. So let's take a look at that. So, on the first opening verse, there are not as many lyrics. And what we have is we have our E position, and we count 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, and then we go to A. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Now remember that 5th fret as well when we go to the A, and then we're back to E. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. So you see, first time we were just counting 4 on the E and then 4 on the A, and then when we come to the E the next time we count 4 twice, and it's the same with the A. 2 and 3 and 4, that's once 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, so that's twice, and then back to E for 2. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Then we go to our B7. 4 of those, our little riff. And our turnaround, which brings us back in. Now the longer verse, okay, is slightly different. So this is when we sing 1 and 1 is 2, 2 and 2 is 4, I'm heavy loaded baby, I'm booked, I gotta go. Okay? So when we're singing those lyrics, we play 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. So we play that E position 4 times before going to the A, which we're going to play twice. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, and then we're back to E for 2. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, and then we go to our B7 riff. Okay, so there is a difference between the opening verse and those verses which have more lyrics. So just to give you an even clearer idea as to what's happening, I'm going to sing you the short verse and the longer verse, and then you'll have that as a reference as well. And remember, as I say, I have got the kind of chord arrangement over at Patreon if you're still struggling. Okay, so let me play this really nice and slow for you, because once you've got these 2 different verses down with all the little turnaround and bits and pieces, you're going to be good to go with this song. So here we are. We have an opening kind of intro. I said, hey, hey, baby, don't you wanna go? Back to the land of California, my sweet home Chicago. Now the longer verse, now 1 and 1 is 2, baby. 2 and 2 is 4. I'm heavy loaded, baby. I'm booked, gotta go. I'm singing, hey, hey, baby, don't you wanna go? Back to the land of California, my sweet home Chicago. So there you have the 2 different verses, and they may sound very similar to you, but they are different. So there you have it. I hope that you found that helpful, and just remember to take your time and not get frustrated with yourself, and just realize that it will take a little bit of practice, but it'll all be worthwhile in the end, because you'll just be able to play the song. And so the important message is to just try and enjoy the journey. If you do that, things are going to happen a whole lot quicker. And if you have any questions, don't hesitate to drop those down below. And if you're kind of struggling with the chord changes and things, I have done a chord arrangement over on my Patreon page where you can see where all these changes happen. So anyways, I hope that you found it helpful, like I say, and I look forward to seeing you soon with another lesson. All the best.